Welcome to my channel, Tools for Ascension by Wolfgang, and I'm Wolfgang, and this is Kirstie Lauren.
Hello.
And Kirstie, she is a light worker, with light language, and she does mudras, and she is a great seer. She can see things that very few people can see. And today we will be talking about the earth element, how it's affecting you, our karma with it, humanity's karma with it, how to clear this, how to have proper relationships, how to be in optimal relationship, with the earth element. And now we ask that everything that happens in this session, and from this session here, from this podcast, is going to be for the highest good, in divine harmony with the most benevolent outcomes. Amen.
Amen.
And Kirstie, so here we go. Now what is the most important thing to know about the earth element?
The earth is a very high conscious being. And the more you connect with the earth, the more tools you have to work with the earth, the better the day-to-day, because you're a team, you're working together. And so there's karmic clearing that will be done, the karmic clearing, because that's a very high percentage from this life alone, but also previous lives.
You big gas guzzling, trucks driving, yeah.
Yeah, and so working with the element of earth in whatever way suits you. Obviously, sending love is a really great way. But also, there's different things you can do throughout your day-to-day, like playing outside is a perfect example. Being out barefoot, having almost like a symbiotic sort of relationship. So if you see something like trash on the ground, just being thoughtful and mindful, picking it up, if you're able to, just having respect for the earth, as all the other elements.
So basically you're describing, I would say, grounding a lot. So it's not so much, I think it's grounding, So, of course, we're not going to get into the detailed process of grounding. We have videos about that. But then there are also like little helpers, gems from the mineral kingdom or the metal kingdoms. Like, snowflake obsidian comes, with the volcanic lava, comes to the surfaces from deep inside Earth. So holding something like this in your hand or having that part of your jewelry, does that enhance your connection with the Earth Goddess?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, minerals, those are really great. Absolutely. I've got this here. It's like a toroidal field. I don't know if you can see it. It's like
I see the toroidal, but what's inside looks like...
Yeah, so inside are a bunch of crystals, different crystals. So there's shungite, different like rose quartz. There's different crystals, and then it's surrounded in, I believe it's 24 karat gold. So this is...
I like that cage.
Yeah. So this is something that it's also an EMF blocker, but it's a multitude of things. I guess if you want more information, I'll get Wolfgang to put more information below.
Shungite, also, big thing, protecting you from FM and all kinds of, radiations and vibrations that are not wholesome for you. And
but they also connect with the earth.
Yeah, same Shumite, it's a coal, And then we have metals, like, having a piece of metal. In the, what does your high self think is more potent? Like obsidian or iron or magnetite?
Ion, obsidian.
They're both, are they equal?
Obsidian slightly higher, but they're both quite good.
That's what I have in my pant pockets, when I do something heavy, like a heavy ceremony, like we're doing here. It's a lightning rod.
That was like when I went to Spain. I got obsidian. I carried the obsidian with me every day. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lightning rod. Plus it sees you and lets you see secret things. That are generally hidden. It's always good to have. Okay, so the earth element. So humanity has a lot of stuff.
Yes.
With the earth. And, well, let's just give it a test drive. Us, and then also versus humanity in general. So, so does Kirstie and her ancestors, so how much, is how much positive connection is there with, the earth element?
85% positive.
Okay, and how much negative?
15.
Mostly from, let's say, Kirstie, or from ancestors, the 15?
Mostly from, about 10% is from ancestors, 5% is from Kirstie.
All right. So, and we asked, our audience to check for themselves now. Okay, and while you guys are checking yourselves out, in the house and Wolfgang rating here. First of all, positive, relationship with Mother Earth.
87% positive.
Okay, well, let's see the negative stuff. I've done some pretty bad weapons, in past lifetimes, So, how much negative is there with your earth element?
13, and all from past life.
Again, a slight margin of 2%, and I'm just beaten Kirstie to a pulp. Of course, it's, guys, you got to take that easy. So now the humanity in general, on planet here at this time, so positive energy, with the earth element.
30%.
And the negative energy with the earth element.
70%.
All right. So let's just, we can ask Mother Gaia personally, or, your high self, which is preferred. Let's just see, let's put it out there.
Mother Gaia.
Let's send some source love here, and preview our watchers. Please tap into your love, you know what to do. Don't embarrass me in front of Mother Gaia. Oh, God. Let's ask her, so what is the biggest disconnect, at this time with humanity? Where does that come from, the bad energy?
It comes from the thoughts of the earth being not alive and taking from the earth.
You said soul on Earth beings not alive. Are we talking about discarnates? Ghosts?
No, it comes from people not thinking that the earth is alive and taking.
Seen as a thing.
Seen as a thing. And the movie Avatar is coming to mind right now. Kind of in the state of, the oneness with the avatars versus the humans that are coming and just mining and mining and mining it.
Yeah. No, completely profane, gross materialistic, no appreciation for the beauty and refined, aspects of reality.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, in your opinion, does this come from manipulation through religions, political leaders, philosophers, or ETs? Where does this, in her opinion, come from, this bad energy? This disconnect, seeing something profane.
It comes from misguided energies, from the leaders of the population, the conditioning, and the use and abuse system.
Prey predator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, where does that come from? Did the leaders of humanity just came up with this, or were they taught by other cultures like extraterrestrial or subsurface cultures? Where does that negative attitude come from?
At the root, it comes from ETs, from service to self beings that are working for themselves, service to self at the root, because they do not care.
Yeah, would that be some that came here for mining gold?
Absolutely.
I want to know, what's the attitude towards this Anunnaki that came here for mining gold, and just ripping out your blood, basically?
Carnage is, the attitude is disturbing, not welcome. So there can be aspects that people have from previous lifetimes, and it can set you off on the wrong foot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, looks like I was responsible, for the idea as an Anunnaki general, to mine, the gold here. So I want to apologize deeply again to her, to be forgiven. Okay, so who can clear, oh God, this ignorance, this misdirection, of course it's probably going to be a drop in a bucket. Hopefully not. I hope you're more like setting a new direction here, for the water to flow. Mm-hmm.
The Andromedan Council, the Lyran Council, Arcturian Council, Syrian Council are all good allies. The dragons, the Rainbow Race, the Hopi, the Cherokee, the realm of the alder, the trees,
it's near all our relations. It's called in all relations. The keepers of the earth, the original people also. You ask that they be liberated from wherever they were trapped and persecuted by the institutional, the religions, by corporate religions, by the demoniac. You ask it to be liberated, first of all, these earth keepers, the shamans of the earth, all the other beings too. Amen. Amen. We appeal to the council, the divine dragons, please rectify that. Also clear all the spells and curses, done towards the earth. And her demonizing her, as a dangerous thing to be tamed, to be controlled, to be exploited as a non-thing, or as a dangerous thing, clear that. Teach the humans again, thought forms of love and appreciation and intimacy with your Earth Mother. And see the beauty in nature again. And feel the Earth Mother again. And clear the mind programming, that draws them into, self-gratification, selfishness, seeing the world as from a hedonistic point of view, service to self. Please clear this as much as possible, especially when it was done, in a covert way, manipulating. And we ask that Kirstie be now empowered, with the best light language, to clear this, that all these cosmic forces, flow over her, through her, and us, We don't want to burn out, but we want to have maximum impact now. Amen. 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 Go ahead. Let it rip.
Kuya, Niaya, Kiaya, Kuyaya, Kihanayo, Kihanayo, Kiyo, Kiyo, Kuyandayo. Tapping your heart center, tapping your shoulders, moving your body from side to side, taking a nice deep inhale. Kiayo, Kiayo, Kuyo, Kiyo, Kiyo, Niaya, Niaya. Nyaya, 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 shunto, tosin, takaya, 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 takosin, takaya, shuntik, kia, nai, shuntik, asin, takasun, takosin, takaya, takosin, takaya, satakosin, takaya, sakosin, takaya, sitin, ka, tosin, takaya, tosin, takaya, tosin, takaya, tosin, tataya. Go Sintataya Shuntakaya Tagastakaya Go Sintakaya Dosantakaya Dosantakaya Shu. Releasing, 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 letting go, letting go, letting go, letting go. Nyaya, nyaya, kuuntiata atataya dosantaya. Releasing, 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 releasing. Kia atata asata 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 asata. Asata, 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 tosantakaya, asataka, tosantakaya, shuntakosato. Collapsing, 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 Kuyata ta ta atata 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 toshata 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 to kushintak ayatak ostatak ayatak asatak ostatak ataka 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 shuntak ataka stotostatak asatak asatak tokostatak ayatak asatasi itatatato shuntak ayata satatosa tokoroto sototo 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 kiyata atata 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 to 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 shoot. Grounding, 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 grounding. There you go.
Thank you, thank you, thank
you.
you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, folks, here we go. We're just sharing a little bit of our gifts, what we're doing in private sessions. And, well, we thank you all for being here. If you enjoyed this, give us a thumbs up. Share with your friends. You can run this on loop, at night, all through night. Right-clicking it, on YouTube at least. And get a deeper purification, probably. Kirstie is available, for private sessions and courses. The information material, is of course attached. Same for Wolfgang. I do private session only. One-on-one, go deep, the deep dive, very specific. You will be drawn. You will know, what is best for you. Yeah, and at the end there will be more information about other videos. Don't drive, drink a lot of water, take it easy. And share your experiences, with the group, I would say. Do you answer questions, when people, write comments, Kirstie?
Yes, I do.
So there you heard it. If your questions are intelligent, I answer too. So take advantage of that, and plus you're sharing with other people, so you're not alone. Maybe your neighbors don't think, as you do, but probably people that watch our stuff are closer to you. So we love you a long time. Namaste.
Namaste.